Good morning, students. So, in the previous session, we started with 8051 programming in C language. In previous session, we have already discussed the data types which are used in C language. Now, we will be seeing in detail the data types which we saw in tabulation form in the last session. So, the first data type which we saw was unsigned character. The most widely used data type in 8051 C language programming. It is an 8-bit data type and its range is from 0 to 255 in decimal. Same in hexadecimal, it will be from 0 to FF. Now, when we are using unsigned character, unsigned character we are using if we want to set some counter value, if we want to define the string of ASCII character, or if we want to toggle the ports. So example 6.1, 2 and 3 are dedicated for this unsigned character. So let's understand by looking upon the examples. The next type of data type is Sine character. Sine character is also 8-bit data type. Generally, it is in the form of 2's complement representation only. The range for Sine character is from minus 128 to plus 127. Now, when we are using Sine character we are using to check the quantity or temperature. Sine character generally we are using whenever if you want to represent a quantity like temperature, humidity or pressure, anything like that. So the range for sine character is from minus 128 to plus 127. So these are the example for unsigned and signed. First example is for unsigned. You can see here how to write the C program. The example given here is for write an 8051 C program for sending values 00 to FF to port P1. So here the solution goes like this. Hash include, first we are writing the header file for 8051, then we are defining the void statement, and then inside this curly braces you can define whatever logic you want. So unsigned character Z, you are going to send 0 to FF value, so you have to define for loop from 0 to 255, and every time you are sending the value of Z to port 1. This way this loop will constantly run up till 255 and it will constantly send data from 0 to FF here to port 1. Next example is for unsigned character. Unsigned character here we are using for writing a C program for sending hex values for ASCII character from 0 to D to port 1. So for this again we will define header file, void loop, unsigned character we will define. We are going to transfer this time character, so you need to define the character in form of array. So that character will be from 0 to D. And you are defining the loop for that character. Loop will run from 0 to 10 because total how many digits are there you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Total 10 characters are there. Every time you want to send one character to port 1, so your loop will run here for 10 times. Every time one character will be sent to port 1. Now the third type is writing an 8051 C program for toggling of bits on port 1 continuously. So for this you have to continuously toggle, so you cannot define the range for loop, so you will simply make your loop blank. and you will just define the toggling of bits. So 55 toggle value is A8. So this program will continuously toggle the data present at port 1. Next program is for Sine Character. Write an 8051 C program for sending values from -4 to +4 to port P1. See, all these programs are easily executable, so I am requesting you all to execute and check whether all your programs are running successfully or not. You already have Kale software in your laptops, those who are having at home. So you please try running this all codes which I have given in the video. So it will be very clear to you if you are doing it hands-on on practical software. So all these codes you try to run on Kale software. You will easily see the result whatever I am discussing here. So this program is for Sine Character. Here Sine numbers are also there from -4 to +4. First load that data in form of array. Then total 8 data is there. So 8 times this loop will run, and every time one data will be sent to port 1. Same program which we wrote for unsigned. The difference here is Sine numbers are also there. So you will define the data type as Sine Character. Next data type is integer. Integer is a 16-bit data type. The range of unsigned int is 0 to 65535, while for signed integer range is -32768 to +32767. Now, as 8051 is 8-bit microcontroller, the INT data type takes 2 bytes of RAM. We must use the INT data type unless we have to. So we must not use this as it is occupying more data space in RAM. So rather than using INT, I will prefer you all should use unsigned character. Now this is the program returned for unsigned int sbit. The program is returned for toggling the 0th bit of port 1 50,000 times. So here you can see as we are using the IO pin bit 0. So in loop we will define up to 50,000 count as we are going to toggle from 0 to 50,000, and you will toggle my bit pin continuously from 0 to 1, 1 to 0. So this inside loop will run 50,000 times. Already we have defined the variable my bit here initially, so no need to write down s bit here. Initially you can define the variable as variable my bit, which is having data type s bit, and then directly you can use this variable here in execution. So this way you can toggle the 0th pin of port 1 50,000 times. Now the next topic is time delay. Time delay in 8051 for C programming. There are 3 factors which affect the accuracy of timing in 8051. First one is the crystal frequency of 8051. Second one is 8051 machine cycle timing. And third one is compiler use for 8051 C. So these are the 3 factors which affects the accuracy of time delay. Time delay can be affected due to crystal frequency of 8051 or machine cycle timing or due to compiler usage. This can be asked in MCQ exam, so all of you please pay attention here which are the factors which affect time delay in 8051. So this is the program for timing delay. Here the program is for write an 8051 C program to toggle bits of port 1 continuously forever with some delay. So here we are continuously toggling the pins, all the bits of port 1. Initially I have loaded with 055, then we have loaded with 0 cross AA. So total 40,000 times this will continuously toggling all the bits of port 1. See, all this program which I have mentioned here, you please try to execute it in your software so that it is easily realizable to you how to run this program and how to check the output for this program. If you have any doubts, you can anytime ask me. But to run this program, as now whatever we are studying is all practical portion. So theoretically, I can explain you, but you have to execute it on software so that you are able to know how the program sequence is running. I have shown you how to write program in Kale software in previous sessions. We have done 1 or 2 sessions on Kale software. So the same way you have to open new project and you have to write down this code in that new project, and then you have to simply build and run your program to check your output. So this is another program for timing delay. Here the timing delay is specified to you. You have to provide a delay for 250 millisecond. So for 250 millisecond, you have to define the duration in delay function. See, directly if you are writing this program using C language, we have a predefined function for delay, and that delay function is automatically having the unit millisecond. So we will define here void ms delay, and that delay value will be an unsigned integer value. So unsigned integer you will define as 250. Count given to you in question is 250. So simply before and after toggling, you will provide delay of 250 milliseconds. By default, this predefined function is taking the unit of time as millisecond. So you have to simply load the count here. And before writing this program, you have to define the predefined function ms delay, so that the delay loop or the delay function which you are using directly in program will take this delay. This is the crystal frequency of 8051 11.0592 megahertz, and the time duration for this is 1 by 11.0592 megahertz, which is 90 nanoseconds. Simply you multiply it with the count given to you. If the count given to you is 1275, then the total time will be 1 millisecond. So this is the delay program for 1 millisecond. So if this delay program is already defined, then you can directly use this delay function here. This way you will write the program for delay. So this is very important topic in assembly language programming. Also we have studied it, or we have done calculations for timing delay. Again in C programming we are having the same thing, just the syntax are different. Here directly you can have function for delay. In the next session we will move ahead with the next topic. Till now you revise this and you try to perform the practical of these programs on software. Thank you so much.